Morning, everybody. Welcome back to our midweek live analysis with Prince Wonder. As usual on the program, we're going to be looking into the markets, try and see what direction the markets are going to be taking and how we're going to respond or react to that. So without wasting much time, let's actually just dive in. Now, as we were saying, the markets have been the market has been good recently, actually. With Bitcoin going up to 21K and beyond, it's actually been a very good period to be trading alternate coins, right? Even though the move was completely unexpected, for me at least, it was unexpected. I didn't expect this much this quick, right? So it was unexpected, and I think for most people too, it was pretty much the same. Now, an analysis I sent in the group a couple of days ago was I don't actually see the market being held up at 21K, this resistance we are at currently. I actually think if we're going to hit a resistance that will really stop this bullish momentum, probably would head up to 24, 25K. Now, here's the reason why. Now, with what we've seen, you see, I actually structure my charts according to key support, key resistance, and stuff like that. That's how I analyze. And if you've been following my analysis over time, you notice this same pattern as well. So this structure of support and resistance that I constantly use for my charts. So the larger red zones are major support and resistance. Now, if you see what happened here, we broke above this $19,000. We broke above that. Now we've bounced into another range. Okay, so the range is basically between 19 and 25K. Okay, so if you look at the previous consolidation for the market around here, sorry, Telegram doesn't have annotate, so I can't do that on my screen, unlike Zoom. So if you notice, this was when the market consolidated between this range, mid last year from give or take June until November, where we broke out of that range. So now we've pushed back up into that range. Now, I don't actually see price reversing halfway here. I think we're actually going to push up all the way to the top of that range, which is about 24. And if we go too high, $25,000. So now, on the short term, the question is more of, are we going to be heading up now, or are we going to have a pullback before we complete that trend, right? So now, based on what I have on my charts, this pull up, we've had a serious consolidation over the last almost 4 days now, at $21,000, and we've basically just been stuck in that range. No significant movement to the upside or downside. But personally, I actually see this more of not a breakout, but still that same indecisiveness we have in the market. So instead of going bullish, in this case, I just set parameters that I get to watch out and see triggers before I enter or exit the market. Now, in this case, to confirm my buy bias, all right, so to confirm my buy bias in this case, I've been using this channel I drew before. It's been modified a little bit, so I'm just going to go with what the market is doing currently. All right. So now this is our range that the market is currently trading in. And you see higher high, higher lows with wicks just pulling out and below and above, right? So in order to determine our breakout point or our trend confirmation point, I just take the highest point of those wicks, the lowest point down here, so below this. Now, if we break above this point, it's likely we're just going to continue going up. We've not actually hit 21, let's just say 21,750. So if we break above 21,750, the likelihood of that bullish continuation just becomes a lot more better. And we crack below 2,500, give or take. We should be retesting our $19,500 range. So now in either case, it's really a bullish signal. So all you have to do is wait. Now, while you're waiting for Bitcoin to make a move, it doesn't necessarily mean alternate coins are not presenting opportunities for us to enter into the market. Now, for Bitcoin, of course, you can actually break this down and try to trade this range. Of course, it's actually very feasible. But personally, I prefer to just look into alternate coins because I believe there are going to be more opportunities there. So please do send pairs you want me to look into. My own watch list is just my own watch list. I don't have a lot of pairs on my watch list. Okay, so send in pairs you want me to look into, and as usual, we'll run a detailed analysis on all of that and see where the market is heading to with those pairs. Now, my watch list really is comprised of pairs that it's not just technical aspects of or it's not my watch list isn't just exactly what I trade, but it's more of coins that I understand fundamentally, right? So you can ask me anything about these pairs, the fundamental aspects of them, and I can tell you basically where they are. They are really solid projects, right? So that's the belief system I use to set up my trading watch list. Now, every once in a while, we could trade like a lot of pairs that we talk about in the group, Fed, CTXE, and all the rest like that. Of course, every once in a while we get to dig into those pairs as well. But my watch list really is comprised of pairs I actually believe will do well in the long term. So I like to keep an eye on them as often as possible. All right. So now for consensus, it looks like we're still having a bearish continuation here on the 4-hour chart. So breaking it down, yeah, it really doesn't look like the market has bottomed out. Mm, Looking at the RSI, it really doesn't look like the market has bottomed out. So I really wouldn't be expecting much of a bullish reversal from here, whether on the short term or otherwise. So probably just be looking forward to buying also from down here. So should that be the case, we look at 0.005 25 as our entry, place a stop below here, and our TP all the way up there. So in this case, we have a DCM1 ratio 2. I actually think this is likely going to play out. So just keep an eye on consensus. You could set your alarms on whichever exchange you use. And whenever the market hits this price range, you get a notification and you just enter the market. Or you could just set a buy limit order. Okay, so ICP. We'll get back to Solana in a bit. Okay, ICP. It seems like a lot of these pairs are at a resistance. Well, not so surprising considering the market has been bullish. Um, the market has been bullish over the last 1 week. Basically, throughout January, the market has been sparking. It's been lighting up greens. So it's really not so far fetched that the market would be overbought at this point. Now, I think that's partially where some of the confusion in the market is coming from, because one glance at the RSI on any time frame, and you would conclude that this market was coming down, right? But being overbought on the RSI doesn't necessarily mean something is actually going to happen immediately, right, on the short term. So it presents this state of confusion, right? So we're going to be looking at price action rather than what the indicator alone is saying. So we're just going to be using price action to try and determine if we're going to be having a bullish continuation, bearish reversal, where this actually going to come in. And then we're going to be relating it with indicator or RSI on a lower time frame, because on higher time frames they are all completely overbought and they are overdue for a reversal, a correction. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be happening now, like I said. So we could still have some pull-ups, push-ups before the market actually makes that downwind turn. Okay, so in the case of ICP, this actually looks like a morning star, but I can't conclude yet. So if this actually is a morning star, we're going to be having a bearish continuation or a bearish reversal back to 5.25. So that's about a 5% drop. This might actually happen a lot more than that. I'm seeing sort of a bearish divergence here on the RSI. That because of this, the market is going to drop significantly. So I'm looking more of probably a drop to this zone. I don't want to overestimate where this drop is going to go to. So, but for starters, let's just see how it reacts to the 5% pullback, 5.25 give or take range before we expect more from this market. Okay, so that's that with ICP. Let me start looking into some of the pairs that you guys sent. Okay, Matic. It's been a while since I analyzed Matic. This was one of the hottest pairs when it came out. Basically, everybody Matic to $500, Matic to well, it happens. The market is one big hope machine that just keeps spinning. And as whatever price is, people are hopeful it's going to do something. And I think that that's hope and those desires is why the market is never going to go anywhere. Because at whatever price levels, we still see opportunities to make money. So whether it's going down, there's always a possibility of a short-term comeback, or if it's going up, there's always that opportunity to for you to buy back a little cheaper if it pulls back, or just enter and as it continues to go up, you stand a chance to make some money. So I think the metric, the way the market is set up is it's actually brilliant. Yeah. And I think this is why coins will never just go out of fashion. We'll keep having newer and newer and newer coins coming to the market. I think part of my investment strategy for this bear market is based off of the idea that new coins are going to come in. Now, if you want to invest for the bull market, preparing for the bull market during this bear market, I think the best thing to do would be to probably invest only in assets that have withstood or stood the test of time and are likely to continue to do that. Okay, so legit assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, let's say Mana, because Mana has really been around for a very long time, and a couple other pairs that assets that really look like they're going to be static and be in the space. Now, certainly, it doesn't look like those assets give the most returns, which brings me to the other part of my investment strategy for the bear market. So instead of going all in on these assets, the bulk of my investments or a huge chunk of my investment capital would be flowing in during the bull market. Okay, so when these new tokens start to come out and these new industries start to pop out, because it's actually going to happen, we're going to have new sectors, new innovations, new ideas try to be pulled into the market, as you saw during this bull market and the one before, and several bear markets even. Okay, so we're going to have things like that also pop into the market, and as such, those areas are actually going to boom the most. New tokens they actually give more return on investments than the old ones, but also they have huge risks attached as well. So if you're not too greedy, you could probably make more than you lose investing during the bull market than buying and holding for a very long time. And again, we really don't even know which assets are going to make it through the bear season.
because really nobody saw what happened to Luna or to FTX coming, right? And a lot of people have already invested in these assets, thinking they are going to be part of the future of the market or the industry. So really, you might want to really take your time and trust the asset that you're looking to invest in. All right. Okay, so for Matic, to be honest, I'm not seeing anything spectacular here. Nothing decisive, nothing really definitive of a move. We're consolidating as a resistance, but other than that, I'm not seeing any real decision being made. We have really long weeks to the upside and serious rejections to the downside as well. So it seems our supply and demand here is really almost 50-50. So maybe stick to just watch a bit. The same thing we did with BTC, you could just mark out some points and watch how the market reacts to those, and you react accordingly as well. Of course, if it's for a sell, you can just enter the market as it is right now. But you place your stop loss here or above, I think 5% um, stop loss. So yeah, give or take 5% stop loss. Place your TP all the way down here. All right, so I think the next pair is Solana. Hmm. I'm starting to feel like I've sort of created this bias that a lot of these cryptocurrencies are indecisive after looking at the last few pairs. All I'm seeing right now is consolidation, indecisiveness in this markets, and an inability to make a decision as to whether it's going to go up or come down. Just they me do. All right, so for Solana, we could basically just scalp this range. It looks like it's dropping right now, so we could just wait, take a buy from somewhere here because I doubt it's going to do what it did here. So we just take a short-term buy, follow the trend, TP up here. So, but for a much larger move, I really can't say. Is when the market is bearish, or when it feels like it's bearish, I tend not to take very large positions. I tend not to take very large positions. So, okay, I just saw a comment on WhatsApp. Technically, the market is bullish. Yeah, technically the market is bullish, but then when it's bullish, but it's due for a correction. So that sets in more fear than hope in the market, right? Right now we're at a state of euphoria, and when that comes to an end, we usually have a very big drop. So when the market is bullish, I think the more dominant emotion is the fear of getting stuck in. Remember, overall, we're still in a bearish market. We're still in the bear market. This is simply a temporary phase within the cycle. Okay, so please don't get carried away with what's happening right now. It's really not. It's not going to last as long as we think. Now, again, there's this event that happens every year, and it's not just the cryptocurrency market. Every market reacts to it, the Chinese New Year. And I think it's just a week or two from now. And the market is going to sell. It's not optional. It's not if. So the market is going to react to that, and we don't know when people are going to start reacting to that. Remember, people are going to start getting out of position so as not to get stuck in that phase. So you really want to be careful as we approach that area. So have this in mind. So there's really a lot of things going on in the market. It's not just what you see on the chart, but fundamentally, there are things that influence people's decisions and actions. So yeah. Okay, so this is this for Solana. Um, Hala. Okay, so looks like this has had its fair share of dip. Just need to know. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so this pair looks like it's had very wild swings, and there's a lot of momentum in this market. Mm. Now, based off of how this market reacts to this zone, I really want to be in the buy, right? I really want to be in a buy position, but based off of what I'm seeing on the RSI, it doesn't look like the dip is done yet, and it's confusing. Confusing. This is a bearish divergence. This actually looks more like a breakout retest. And if we're going by that, we're looking forward to a possible bullish continuation. Actually, I think we should just wait and see sort of consolidation within that zone before we think about entering. Okay, so let's just wait to see how the market reacts. Let's just wait for a consolidation, and then we could buy if at all. Okay, because this looks like it's going to be a very sweet move. You know, it actually looks like it's going to be very, very promising and worth it. So let's just do that. So wait for Fala to consolidate a little bit to give us a sense that it's reacting to this support, and then we can take a buy from there. All right, guys. So let's look into the forex market now. Okay, so sweet reaction from Euro USD within this range. I think we're going to be pushing up all the way up here for now, at least. We should get there. That should be about 50 pips this morning. You see, the best time to trade markets aside late Monday, it's on Wednesday. That's why I fixed this program on Wednesday morning, knowing that a lot of people are going to be going to work and stuff. I still had to do that because it's really, really a sweet spot. Now, when the market trends from Monday, Tuesday, um, it is usually has its reversal on Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, by Friday, you start to see signs of a change in trend. But because it's Friday, you really don't want to hold the position for long. So you probably ignore the Friday trade. But Monday, market trends till late Tuesday. And by Tuesday, it starts to consolidate and prepare for the reversal on Wednesday. Wednesday, the trend repeats itself, so on and so forth, and back again. Okay, so those are really the best sweet days to trade. I'm just saying based off of my own experience and my own observation. That's that. Okay. So we have a bullish Euro USD. I think we're going to be saying same for GBP USD as well. Yeah. So we're going to probably be pulling up within this range, probably up to 1238 and higher. Probably not for now, but probably yeah, we might be seeing a little higher than that. Okay, yeah. So I think we're still going to see that bullish move, but just in case, you have your stop loss slightly here. We're actually entering this trade a little late, so be careful. Okay, so that still gives us one ratio 1.88. So yeah, buy there, take profit up there, stop loss. Okay, so think I saw Euro card. Okay. I think the best thing to do here will be to run a lower time frame analysis. We'll need to revisit this analysis later. I'm really indecisive. I can't make a decision on where I think price is going here.
Yeah, it's understandable. I see myself
I
so
swear.
confused with my poster.
Uh,
Confuse me. I look at time.
just dey look
Ah.
the thing no wan make sense.
Check near USDT. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, it is near. Okay, so I thought you're still on BNB.
You see, I think that's one thing a lot of people don't get about this whole analysis thing. If you look at your chart, you don't see something, leave it. It's not by force.
Mm. Like you must get into
It's
the
not,
market.
it's not by force you must get into that market. Really, it's not by force. If you don't see something to trade, leave it. When you do, you trade. If you don't, no yawa. It's what it is. Okay, so for near, basically this is a classic bullish continuation pattern. If you look, we've had this same ranges cut out during the entire uptrend, right? So That's the same thing we're having here now. Uptrend consolidates, bullish consolidates, bullish consolidate. So we could be buying here expecting the same kind of move, but then just have your stop loss ready because the way this market say they do it, say they do, I don't understand. So you could just do that. But prevention is better than cure.
The market they change people more.
It's true. So for starters, our next resistance, it's like a wild move here. Okay, so our next resistance will be 2.7. That's up here. Big move. As provided we break this zone and we basically continue the same trend as before, this is what we're expecting, 26% price increase. Should we break this resistance? But then you could break this move into two, have your TP1 at 2.4 and second take profit at 2.7, just in case. All right, so let me take one more pair and that'll be that. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of high impact news today, and a lot of these are actually going to impact the market. So yeah, you really want to have that back of your mind because um these fluctuations as the news is being released, fundamentally it's going to shake up the market. I think that's partially why some of these pairs don't really have a genuine direction because some people are selling, others are buying, really indecisive on where the market is going to be leaning. All right, so let me analyze AVE as a last pair. I don't think I've looked at that recently. Okay, so this is a classic range. I think we still have a channel within this. A channel that we just broke out of. Okay, so we've broken out of this. This looks like a retest, bullish continuation. Okay, so the reason why I pushed this TP all the way up is basically it's a trend reaction thing. Now, this is the range this market has been trading since May last year. So we've been in this range, and you see for the better part of August, until date, we've been trading within this lower high, lower low channel, and we just broke above it. Now, when the trend is broken, the logical thing is we're going to have a bullish continuation, a wild bullish continuation. Okay, so should that happen?